Hello, my name is Nathalia. I'm from Brazil and I'm studying GTL at City University. Basically, when I decided to study the GTL, I searched for all the universities that offer this course and I analyzed university by university, searching for the teachers and employers and reputation, and City was my first choice. What I like the most about this course is that it is one intense year. So yes, you're gonna feel very tired, but you're gonna finish this year with a deep knowledge of common law, which I didn't have before because in Brazil we study civil law. Before I applied for the GTL, I was living in Brazil and the context there of the pandemic was a bit horrible. And I decided that I wanted a chance to immigrate to another country. And that's how I became aware of GTL and I started working as a waitress to save money. When I was preparing myself to study the GTL, I also searched for English law teacher that could help me prepare myself for everything that I will have here, like the lectures and how I could speak better and have more knowledge about the law language because it's very, very different than just learn English. So when my classes started, I felt a bit overwhelmed because it was too much to learn at the same time. But right now, I don't feel like languages is a barrier in my studies anymore. Being the only person from South America in my class has been quite funny because I'm pretty sure that every international student that come to London, you're gonna have just so much to learn, so many people to know, but at some times you're gonna try to find someone that has the same culture that you have. So because I don't have this, I thought that my year will be very difficult, but in fact it wasn't because my friends were just so open to receive us and to receive me. And I say us because I truly believe that because London receives so many international students, people are more open to you. So I definitely feel like my experience as an international student was much better than I thought it would be. I think from all my subjects, I fell in love with EU law. I was quite surprised about it because I thought that EU law would not be that interesting because of Brexit and will not have any context right now for us. And I was just so surprised. I couldn't be more wrong about this. And well, it became my favorite subject. I became a student ambassador. I'm also part of the Law Society. But outside university, I tried to get in contact with my friends. I went to Taylor Swift themed parties. I also played tennis on weekends. I can definitely say that the GTL had an impact in my life professionally and also as a person. Well, studying as a person, I feel like this course teach me how to be organized in a way that I was never before because it is intense year with intense classes, and if you don't organize yourself, you're gonna lose the timing for everything. Also, we imagine that the GTL was gonna be like a boost in my CV because it is a nice course in London, but I've already can see the good things about the GTL. Like my research skills definitely improved a lot because the course teaches us during the year we have assessment about research skills, and I'm going to be much more prepared to deal with any job that I would need to use this now as a paralegal, legal assistant, or anything that I try to go right now. I think the research skill is going to be very, very strong. I can definitely say that the tutorials, they were a boost in my confidence to speak. So right now I feel much more confident in presenting my arguments. to any person, be my professor, my tutor, my friends, or even my family. I feel much more confident in how I can approach them and say what I think about any idea. Right now, I'm using CT tools to prepare myself for applying for jobs. That's something that I think is really important at CT, is that they have employment office and they also have tools to analyze your CV and boost your cover letters. And because I am from another country, I had no idea how I should apply or how I should write my CV. I thought it would be the same as was in Brazil, but it's completely different, and I appreciate a lot that CT has this system, and it's helping me to prepare myself for applying for my future law jobs. Considering that my favorite subject is law and I have a good interest in contracts, I can definitely say that I'm interested in see how it's going to be the Brexit consequences for the UK in the next few years. And I hope that I can work for a good firm that's going to deal with lots of contracts. And with Brexit and EU, I definitely can see myself doing this in my future. If I could give some advice for future GZL students, I would definitely say try to find good books, make the tutorials important in your routine, prepare yourself for them, and definitely write it everything you can and be organized. I think that's the key. Being organized is the key to win the GZL. Thanks.